Ever get the feeling that the internet's learning to read our minds?
Interesting thought.
Well, today's deep dive is about just that. But before you picture robots like actually penning our deepest thoughts, let's talk NLP.
All right, NLP, I'm in.
That's natural language processing for the uninitiated.
Always good to have a refresher.
And specifically, how it's shaking up the world of digital marketing with something called sentiment analysis.
It's certainly a hot topic. And today's article, hot off the press, from Srinidhi Ranganathan, dubbed, by the way, a digital marketing legend, claims this is the tool marketers can't ignore in 2024.
Digital marketing legend. Bold claim. Okay. So let's see what all the buzz is about, right? Because calling yourself a legend is one thing, but does this Ranganathan character have the goods to back it up?
That's what we're here to find out.
Our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to break this down. And I'll be honest, while I'm somewhat tech savvy, those 3 letters, NLP, still sound a bit like alphabet soup to me. Can you clear things up? What exactly are we talking about here?
Think of NLP as the bridge between human language and computer understanding.
Okay.
It's about teaching machines to not just process our words, but to actually grasp the meaning behind them in all their messy, nuanced glory.
So, like how we use emojis to convey emotion in texts, but for computers?
In a way, yes. Though it's far more complex than that. We humans use language in incredibly subtle ways. Picking up on tone, context, even sarcasm without a second thought.
Right.
Getting computers to do the same. That's where the real challenge and, frankly, the magic lies.
Yeah. Good luck teaching a computer sarcasm. It took my spouse years, and even then. So NLP is about bridging that gap, helping computers understand not just what we say, but how we say it.
Precisely. And that's where sentiment analysis comes in. It takes NLP a step further, moving beyond simply understanding words to actually gauging the emotions behind them. Are people expressing joy, frustration, anger, and crucially, why? Imagine you're scrolling through online reviews for, say, a new phone you're thinking of buying. Instead of just seeing a star rating.
Right.
What if you could instantly understand the emotions driving those reviews?
Interesting.
Are people gushing over the camera or ripping their hair out over the battery life? That's the power of sentiment analysis.
Okay, I can see how that kind of intel would be like marketing gold. But Ranganathan goes even further, calling sentiment analysis a total game changer for digital marketers.
He does love his bold pronouncements.
Those are fighting words. Give us the specifics. How does this actually play out in the real world?
But to his credit, he backs them up with some compelling real-world examples.
Okay.
The article outlines 5 key applications of NLP for sentiment analysis.
All right, lay it on me.
And to your point, let's make these concrete for you, not just theoretical jargon.
Jeez, I'm begging you.
First up, real-time feedback.
Okay.
Picture this. You've just launched a new product. Maybe a revolutionary coffee maker, a killer app, whatever gets you going.
Sure.
NLP-powered tools can analyze social media, online reviews, even customer service emails as they come in to gauge the sentiment around your launch.
Wow.
Are people raving about a specific feature? Mystified by the instruction manual? You're getting that feedback in real time.
So instead of waiting weeks for market research reports,
allowing you to adapt your marketing, clarify messaging, even tweak the product itself before any negative buzz snowballs.
You're getting a live feed of customer sentiment. That's huge. What else can this do?
Go think about customer support.
Okay.
And I'm not talking about those like soul-crushing automated responses.
Right.
Imagine a customer venting on Twitter.
I've been there.
Because, and I'm spitballing here.
Sure.
But let's say your latest software update accidentally formatted their hard drive. Hypothetically, of course.
Right, of course.
NLP can flag that kind of intensely negative sentiment in real time, potentially even predicting if a customer is about to jump ship.
No way.
This means you can potentially intervene before they even contact support, offering a solution or at the very least a heartfelt apology before they write you off entirely.
Proactive damage control. I like it. It's like having a sixth sense for customer meltdowns.
Exactly.
This is getting good. What other insights can brands glean from this technology?
Remember that whole going viral thing? Except not in a good way.
Oh, right.
Well, sentiment analysis can be your early warning system for potential PR disasters. Let's say someone starts a negative hashtag about your brand and it's gaining traction.
Yeah.
NLP can not only pick up on the negative words, but also the emotional intensity behind them. allowing you to address the issue before it blows up into a full-blown crisis.
So it's like having a finger on the pulse of the internet, constantly monitoring for signs of, shall we say, emotional turbulence.
Yes, exactly.
Speaking of which, this all sounds incredibly powerful, but is there a point where it gets a little too personal? Like, where's the line between, understanding your customers and, well, reading their minds?
That's the million-dollar question when it comes to the next application. Targeted marketing. Ranganathan argues that NLP can analyze the language your ideal customers use online,
Okay.
the emotions they express, the things they care about, and then tailor your marketing campaigns to speak directly to those emotions. Imagine receiving emails or seeing ads that resonate with you on a deeply personal level.
Okay, I can see the appeal, but I'll admit, the thought of brands tapping into my deepest desires and fears is a tad unnerving. It's a fine line between personalization and, well, digital manipulation. Still, done right, it could be incredibly effective. What's the last application on Ranganathan's list? This whole time we've been talking about analyzing, like text, right? But what about the way someone's voice goes up an octave when they're excitedly talking about a product? Or the way their face lights up when they unbox something amazing? Those nonverbal cues speak volumes.
You're reading Ranganathan's mind. He actually touches on that in the article.
Really?
He predicts that future NLP won't just be limited to text. It'll be able to analyze sentiment from voice and video, too.
Wow.
Imagine being able to understand the nuances of a customer's tone in a support call, or gauging the emotional response to a new ad campaign from viewers' facial expressions.
We're basically talking about giving computers emotional intelligence, which, depending on the day, sounds either incredibly cool or utterly terrifying.
Well, that brings us to Ranganathan's final and perhaps most provocative prediction.
Oh, okay.
He believes AI will eventually be able to predict emotional shifts before they happen.
Okay, now you're just messing with me. How could a computer possibly know I'm about to have a stress-induced meltdown before I do?
Think about all the data points AI could potentially tap into your calendar, your browsing history, even your smart fridge, knowing you're out of ice cream.
Oh, it knows.
Ranganathan argues that with enough data, AI could, hypothetically, recognize patterns and predict your emotional state with a surprising degree of accuracy.
So, like, my virtual assistant will know to, schedule comfort food delivery and hide all sharp objects on stressful days. I mean, on the one hand, that's amazing. On the other hand, that's getting a little too Black Mirror for me.
It's a double-edged sword, for sure. But this isn't about fear-mongering. Ranganathan's point is that we're on the cusp of a world where understanding and responding to human emotions will be just as important as crunching numbers.
Which begs the question, what happens to brands that don't adapt? It's like Ranganathan is saying, if you're not using sentiment analysis to understand your customers on a deeper level, you're going to get left behind.
I think that's a pretty safe bet.
Well, there you have it. NLP for sentiment analysis. It's not just a technology. It's the future of how businesses connect with us, the emotional, nuanced humans that we are. And if you're not already thinking about how sentiment analysis will impact your world, now's the time to start. We'll be sure to link to Ranganathan's full article on the episode description if you want to dive deeper into the nuts and bolts of it all. Until next time, keep those emotions in check, and we'll catch you on the flip side for another deep dive.